What's up, guys? Welcome to DNA Real Talk, the all-movie podcast version of the DNA Network. I'm your host, Cameron. Alongside me is Corey and Sana. And if you didn't know already, this is the official movie podcast for the DNA Network. You can find all the audio versions of the show on iTunes. That's right, we've been approved. Woo! SoundCloud and Stitcher. Never heard of that one. All right. Give us those 5 stars and let us know how we're doing. If you are watching us on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below, and you can find all of our content on thedigitalnerdsadvocates.com and on our YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook, join the community page, and follow us on Twitter at the DNA Network. Not .com, the network.
The network.
Buy some of our cool shirts and mugs and other shit on redbubble.com, where new stuff's going to be getting put up soon for sure. Working on stuff now. At least I know Corey's making up some designs, and I'll be putting up some things soon too. And with all that being said, what have we been watching lately?
Well, I know this is the all movies podcast, but that Daredevil trailer, dude.
Yeah, I thought we'd take a quick second and talk about that Daredevil trailer, because it did come out, like, the other day.
I think it came out, like, real late last week or early this week or something.
Something like that. But, yeah, weirdly enough, I've never seen that before, where they split a trailer into 2 parts, but this is the second part of the Daredevil trailer.
Oh, my gosh, it's so good. So good. Except Elektra.
Except?
No, dude, it's just this weird thing until I watched Season 2, like, Elektra's, all I see is Jennifer Garner in this, like, weird red suit, and it's just, like, really bothering me until I watch Season 2. It'll just be like, okay. But I kind of have that thing with the Punisher, too, where, like, not that, you know, the second one. Who was in the second one?
What, Warzone?
No. Not Dolph Lundgren, the guy after him.
Oh, Tom Jane?
Yeah, Tom Jane.
That one's good.
I know, but, like, that's who I view as the Punisher.
Yeah.
Until I see this. But, dude, Punisher looks cool.
He does look cool.
Oh, my gosh, this season's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
I'm really interested to see.
Bringing in the hand.
Yeah, I like that. The way, especially in the first part of the trailer, they didn't really tell you, or, like, didn't really set up. It was kind of, like, vague, like, here's things that are going to be happening, but they didn't really, like, give you a full picture. But I liked where they said that, where it's like, you know what's funny is his whole goal in Season 1 was to clean up the streets and everything like that, make it safer. But in doing that, wiping everybody else out left lots of room for some new big people to come in, which is the Hand, which is kind of funny when you think about it. At the end of Season 1, whenever he took out Nubu, the guy who's supposed to be like part of the Hand, or at least he's like a leader or something involved in the Hand at least, they kind of, and even that, Madame Gao just completely disappears at the end, and you kind of don't even think twice about it until now. And it all sets it up perfectly, making me think that they had this up their sleeve the whole time.
Yeah. Madame Gao's Kingpin's kind of girlfriend, right? Person.
They seem like good pals, I guess.
No, like, was she on the helicopter? She just flies away on the helicopter while she's waiting.
That's Vanessa, dude.
Now I'm getting really confused.
Madame Gao, she had like one blind eye. She's Chinese.
Oh, right. Okay. Never mind.
Come on, dude.
I'm back. I'm focused. I'm okay.
But also Elektra, I like the way she
dude.
looks. Whatever. Elektra looks really good because I like that, almost like going in the same way where it's like recently with comic book stuff, they're really getting that part of it right, where they're casting people who are actually like of the same ethnicity or have the same or from the same country as the character's supposed to be, like with Colossus and Deadpool, and then now with Elektra, it's like she's actually sounds like fuck. What's Elektra? Is she Italian or something or Latin? I can't remember now.
She's something.
She's something that.
She's not Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, she's not Jennifer Gardner. She's not an American uptight woman. She's Italian or something. I really can't remember.
Yeah, I don't really remember either. But
I don't know. She
foreign.
sounds that way,
which is great.
Which is nice. And there was the hint at that in season 1 of their relationship. You know, like the little subtle mention, like, "Oh, you mean Elektra?" kind of thing. So
yeah, which
you see that being picked up.
Yeah,
but then also there's that, which has me a little worried. I guess worried maybe is the thing I'd say, where at the last episode of season 1 of Daredevil, they make that like almost, because it did happen in the comics, but they make that like little reference to like, oh, this might happen in season 2, where it's like Karen Page and Matt Murdock are gonna be a thing or something, like they're gonna date. Then in that trailer, like you see it like they're getting lovey-dovey or something. But then Elektra's coming in, so it's like, I wonder what's going to happen.
Uh-oh, the love triangle that plagued Agent Carter season 2.
There better not be a love triangle. That's going to be so dumb.
No, it's coming.
It's a theme lately on TV.
Yeah, you know it's coming.
Supergirl, Agent Carter.
Yeah.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
How?
James Olsen and Wayne.
Really?
Yeah.
And Wayne. Oh, it's bad.
They've left it, but it was there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
movie podcast.
Movie podcast, that's right. We'll talk about Daredevil.
When the time comes.
Probably the next couple weeks, because season 2's coming. I'm going to rewatch season 1. We're both going to rewatch season 1.
Yeah, I'm rewatching season 1 too. Do you think like maybe on the 20th or something is when we'll do it? Or we'll have it up?
Probably.
Because I'm definitely watching all of season 2 on the 18th when it comes out.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah, we should just do a big Deadpool spoiler cast.
Deadpool?
Or Daredevil. Gosh, they're so like... Okay. I'm sorry. I'm on focus today.
Corey got confused.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Daredevil spoiler cast that day.
Daredevil. Or just Daredevil TV talk, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
We haven't done a TV talk in a while. It's because there's not
much to talk about.
There's not many good TV shows out there. Oh, yeah. We might actually have to do a TV talk soon, because I was thinking about watching season 3 of House of Cards, because season 4 is coming out soon.
Yeah, we're gonna watch season 4.
So I kind of want to be up to date when that comes out.
Are you up through season 2?
Wait, doesn't it come out on Friday?
That's all I've seen, season 1 and 2, because I remember hearing so much crap about season 3 that I just didn't go into it.
Yeah, season 3 was like...
It's dark.
It's not... It's way better than anything else on TV, but it's not like House of Cards standards good. Which, season 1 and 2 were awesome, and season 3 was like good.
Yeah.
I just heard that the biggest reason why people had a problem with it was because the way it ended was kind of like a punch in your face, and everyone was like, what the fuck kind of thing.
Yeah, it did end that way.
Yeah. But it was like that the whole time. It was just kind of weird.
Yeah, but this was like...
But I didn't regret watching it.
Yeah. That last episode of season 3, though, was pretty intense.
I feel like I need to read, like, a summary, because I don't remember everything.
Oh, my gosh.
I know I remember the ending, but...
Yeah. I like how all the campaign ads for season 4, FU 2016.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. And also, because watching a few trailers for season 4, it makes it look like season 4 is going to be hopefully picking back up like at the same tone that season 1 and 2 had. That's the only reason why I'm actually even interested in wanting to come back to it now. So, yeah. Anyway, movie podcast. One movie I suggested last week, which was the indie movie of the week, was 99 Homes, and we've all watched it, and I thought now we should talk about it. Share our feelings.
It was really good. It started a little slow, but like I understand they were just trying to like give you the backstory of these characters and whatnot, and like then the way they set it up, and like, oh, so good. Oh, Michael Shannon was so good.
I love Michael
Andrew
Shannon.
Garfield was awesome in it. Like, it was just so good. It was really good, and like it was very impactful, especially the end of that movie. Oh, so
it's really emotional.
Yeah. The way like Michael Shannon kind of takes him under his wing and like teaches him how to basically spoilers. The movie's kind of like all
It's
about
about
screwing
foreclosures.
foreclosures, but really like making money off of it.
Yeah,
and,
it's like
Kicking people out of their homes.
it's like corruption in the housing market because you saw that obviously at one point they're doing illegal things like taking people's pool heaters and stuff like that and saying that these houses don't have them so that they can get more money back from it or whatever. Actually, it's been a little while since I've watched it, but I remember it.
yeah, and like
I didn't really catch everything they were doing, but I understood.
Yeah, some
why.
things I can't fully remember because like they did a lot. To be honest, like they took pool heaters and they took
air conditioning units,
air conditioning
and
fridges and stuff. So
yeah, it was pretty interesting.
yeah, I like how there's certain things in the movie that they did where it's like it really was like a like. Have you guys seen Boyhood?
Mm-mm.
Damn it. Well, there's certain movies where it's like they're not gonna say the year is 2010 or something like that. They'll put in things where it's like, oh well, shit, that's definitely from 2008 or something like that, which is something this movie did, which was great that I loved. It's like not only did they somewhat dress like it was like before 2010, at least I think it was like 2008 or 2007 when this movie was supposed to take place.
Yeah.
But the fact that Michael Shannon kept on smoking that fucking blue
Yeah.
e-cig thing is a hardcore 2007, 2008 thing. So that's what was beckoning back to me. And also the fact that he had, like, even Andrew Garfield still had a flip phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And whenever Michael Shannon pulled out his phone, he had, like, the first iPhone.
iPhone.
It's like certain things about that were so well done to where it's like, well, shit, I can definitely, because it was definitely taking advantage of that time in American history where the housing market did crash, which is funny because then The Big Short comes out, which is about the exact same thing, except that 99 Homes was taking place like right after that happened.
Yeah, like I really like the way like Andrew Garfield kind of had like, because sometimes these are things that like I used to kind of struggle with, where like I would like do something because I thought it would be good for someone else or like people that I cared about, it would be good for that person, when in the end it was really like making me like a worse person type deal. This was like a long time ago, but like I really kind of related to how Andrew Garfield was feeling about his son and his mom and like trying to take care of his family and stuff like that. So it was kind of intense, and at the end like he kind of realizes what he's done. Like, I mean, he kind of knows what he's doing the whole time, but at the end it really like kind of punches him in the face.
His pride is what took him down. His pride to get his house back.
Yeah. And then like he ends up selling his house like at the end to buy a bigger house for his family, and they don't want that, and like that's kind of when his realization kind of comes in, and like he's supposed to be somewhere the next day, and he's like, I think he was like drunk, passed out on the floor, and Michael Shannon calls him and says he has to be at this certain place, and then that's when he kind of comes out and tells the truth to this guy, which I think their sons were friends in the movie.
Yeah.
He just related. I don't think he really knew him. He just related to him because their sons
Well,
are
I
the
think
same
their
age
sons
and-
were friends at school.
No, they met at the courthouse.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
and their
that's right.
sons were like playing together,
Right.
playing with the girl.
And then there was that one scene where Andrew Garfield like comes up and says, "Can I help you?" And the dad's like, "Get off my property," kind of thing.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that scene? Yeah.
Yeah.
I really didn't expect that at the end. The first time I watched it, where the dad like has a fucking gun. And I'm
Yeah,
like, holy shit,
they're
this is
going crazy.
this is kind of intense.
Yeah, I kind of almost expected him to like shoot Andrew
I
Garfield.
thought he was
or
gonna get
something.
shot.
Yeah. But then like
No, it was really emotional. Like every scene, like watching people get kicked out of their houses, and like
Yeah.
especially they kick like an elderly man out. That I think they were alluding to some sort of Alzheimer's or something. So he didn't really know where he was or anybody, whatever. And I cried. I wanted to turn the movie off right then and there. Like I can't handle that.
Yeah.
I can't handle like
pretty sad.
displaced elderly.
like some
people.
of the people you look at them and you're like, oh, you're white trash, you just didn't pay your bills. Like pay your bills and this wouldn't happen to you. But then like you get to the people
elderly
that
guy
are like
and like
sick and
the families
older and like
with the baby and it's so they're like, we're giving you you should be lucky we're giving you 2 minutes to get your stuff out. And I still wanted to jump through the screen like, oh hell no. Like you're gonna give me more than 2 minutes to get my stuff like that. It was sad. It's a really sad movie, but it served its purpose. But it was sad.
It's pretty powerful.
Do you think planned on dicking him over, or it just kind of worked out that way?
Dicking him over how?
Like Andrew Garfield ended up like taking a big fall.
Well, he said thank you to him. like, thanks for taking the hit for me type thing.
When did he say that?
You knew what he was doing, though.
Yeah.
Well, you saw the way he said thank you, right?
Yeah.
He's like, thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Thank you, kind of thing. Like, fuck you. So, I don't know. I honestly...
I think he saw the, like, vulnerability in him.
Yeah, I think from the beginning... Well, I don't know. See, there's, like, a certain moment where it's like, I thought that maybe they were kind of buddy-buddy.
Right.
But then certain things happen, like, at the end there, whenever they're doing the whole forged document, and it's like Michael Shannon, like, it feels like maybe they were buddy-buddy sometimes, but whenever work gets really important, then Michael Shannon has no friends, and it's like, yeah, get out of my way. I don't give a shit if I have to fuck someone over. We need to get this deal done, kind of thing. But one thing I say they did really well, which really, I'm not going to say surprised me, but I thought was really, really well done, was just that human behavior was captured very well in it. Like, I've seen that happen before because I, unfortunately, have had jury duty a few times already in my life, which is ridiculous. But you see how people react in courthouses and whenever they're desperate and stuff, and the way that they act in real life and then the way that they act in this movie is, like, spot on.
Really?
Like the moments when Andrew Garfield's, like, in front of a courthouse, like, if it was me, I wouldn't be doing this unless maybe if I was pushed to the point of desperation, but where it's like, if you give all the facts that you need to, saying that I want to get my house back, this is the things I'm going to do, and then you run out of facts or you run out of reasons, and all of a sudden the next thing you're going to is just saying, look at my son, they're not going to have a home, kind of thing.
Right.
It's like those kind of things is like real human emotion at the core.
Yeah, it made me, like, really upset. Like, when the guy at the end, he was like, the judge gave me 60 seconds. 60 seconds was not enough time to show all my checks, payment history, and this and that. And it was like, it made me sad all over again, because it's like, these people aren't getting the chance. Some people are innocent, and they're not getting the chance because so many people are at fault for going into foreclosure, that this guy who never did anything wrong
Which we even saw the ugly side of that, too, where people, like, clog up the... That was a disgusting scene, by the way, but clogging up, like, the sewage system in the house was all like that.
It's like a big screw you.
That is a real thing. I mean, it's not like a movie-made thing.
Yeah, but, that was gross. And he went in there with a shovel and, like, he opened the bathroom. It was gross. That scene was gross. It made me sick. And I was just like, ugh. Ugh.
I don't know. It was an impactful movie. I think I liked that it was like an indie movie. It wasn't like wasn't this like happy story. It was, and the only thing I hated the whole time they had that music that like something's about to happen, some bad thing's about to happen. I'm like, stop.
It had a real like build up music.
It was like a dread the whole movie, like just this weird feeling of dread the whole movie.
Yeah,
like,
it made me
Andrew
feel.
Garfield's
It made me
gonna
feel
get
weird.
screwed over eventually, and like, yeah. And
I don't know. It just solidified my love for Michael Shannon, though.
Yeah, I love him.
I mean, I watched him on Boardwalk Empire, and he was just like great. Did you ever watch that show?
I watched a few like clips online, but I saw the scene where he irons a dude's face.
Yeah,
I've seen that scene.
That's a show worth watching. But like he's like goes through all these transformations in Boardwalk Empire, and then in this he was really different, and it just like I think he's a really underrated actor.
Honestly,
He's not like a really mainstream actor, but
I think
he can do anything.
I'm pretty sure he was nominated for an Oscar for Revolutionary Road. I think.
I mean, you don't hear about him very often.
Yeah.
Whether that's good or not.
I mean, the only thing I really have ever seen him in was Man of Steel, and now he's going to be in like partially Batman v Superman. I guess his body is going to be in the movie. I don't know if it's like whatever, but
yeah,
General
he's
Zod.
awesome. I just loved how he was such a dick, but he just stayed calm the whole movie. He never
and there's like
went into asshole mode. He was just like, this is who I am. Whatever.
There's like genuinely moments where you can actually really like him. Honestly, like the moment when they're sitting on the dock and he's smoking a cigar and drinking and stuff like that. It's like I feel like you can really like this guy.
Right, and then he's like, don't let me roll into the water.
yeah.
Get eaten by alligators. All right, well, I can't remember what we said last time. If we were like, hey, recommend this, or yes, thumbs up or something. But I think we said thumbs up last time.
Yeah.
So I'd say yes, 2 thumbs up for me. I absolutely love this movie. Whenever I first heard about it, I think it was because of Andrew Garfield and Michael Shannon, because I love them both, and that's the reason why I wanted to see it. And I was blown away. I thought it was an amazing movie. It's very well written, very well realized, and I think it's like a time director and writer.
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing. So, very good movie to jump on the scene with. We all give it thumbs up.
Yep, 2
I'd
thumbs
say
up.
I do,
definitely
but
watch
be
it.
ready for a more somber movie. Don't go into it like, oh, I'm ready to laugh. And
Yes, there is no happy ending.
Yeah.
Anything
Be
like that.
prepared to be in that
We did kind of
mood.
spoil the crap out of it, though, for anybody who
But,
wanted
yeah.
to watch it. But that's all right. This
No.
show's going to be half spoilers in it. So
Yeah, usually.
There's enough to still watch.
Yeah.
And we talked about it kind of choppy.
And it's not
so.
like...
Well, and to be honest, we recommended it last week. So if you're watching this show now, you hopefully should have watched it already.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next thing is most recently, which was 2 days ago, I think, or maybe just a day or two ago, was the Oscars, the 88th annual Oscars. And we're just going to talk about the winners because we made predictions a few times, once on Secrets of the Stash and another time, I think, last time on Real Talk, we talked about the Oscar winners, who we think are going to win and what is being nominated. So we're going to talk about what actually won this time. And I guess the show, even though the ceremony itself was pretty boring, not very fun at all. It's like
The monologue was fun.
The monologue was like the only good thing that I thought was clever and funny, but it's kind of like Saturday Night Live of late, past couple years, where it's just like, as the years go by,
You
it's just
tune
like
in because you
not
know what
that-
it could be.
Yeah,
but
and
then
then
you're
it's just
like,
like I'm disappointed because it's not funny, it's not really entertaining or anything.
Yeah. I don't know. The Oscars are just kind of like, okay. Because it's like, until like now, it's like always a bunch of movies that I don't watch, and it's always just like the same thing over and over and over again, and like, I don't know, but I told you, I made a pledge to really get into this stuff, so I'm trying, getting there.
Well, when it came to this year's Oscars, I actually seen most of them except for maybe like one. Like I didn't see. Of course, I'd never really watched any of the documentary features, so I've never seen any of those. But Bridge of Spies and I think The Martian are the only two I hadn't seen. The rest of them I had seen, so I knew exactly what they're. Well, actually, the animated movies I hadn't seen any of those either, except for Anomalisa. But we're just gonna go down the line of what had been nominated and what won. We'll talk about what we thought should have won and
Do we want to do it?
what
Do
did.
we want to do everything, or we just want to do
the main stuff.
I guess the main stuff.
like writing, like Spotlight won for writing, Bridge of Spies, Ex Machina, Inside Out, Straight Outta Compton, and Spotlight all won for writing for original screenplay. Spotlight, I feel like kind of came out of nowhere to win stuff.
Yeah, to be honest, it kind of felt like 12 Years a Slave did a few years ago, where it's like it only won one or two things, and then it came out of nowhere and won Best Picture.
Right.
Yeah. Which I kind of thought with all this, like, quote-unquote race crap going around that Straight Outta Compton would have won. Just
That was another thing they were upset about, that it didn't get nominated.
Yeah, for much else, but
yeah.
I never saw. Actually, I guess that's another one. I never saw Straight Outta Compton just because I wasn't really interested in it. Like
I
I'm
want to
not.
see it for like, just to see it.
Yeah, I guess the only reason why I'd be interested in seeing it is because I know that Ice Cube's actual son is playing him. That's the only reason why I think I'd want to see it. Other than that, I kind of don't. I was never really interested in it because I'm not a big rap music guy. I don't
Side
really
tangent, real quick. Has nothing to do with the Oscars. But did you see the rumor that Ice Cube could be J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man reboot?
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it was like this big story today. It's hilarious.
That'd be interesting, actually.
And like, what would he be like? I feel like he would just play like himself, like he does in all of his other movies. Like, like all I picture is the cop from 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
But sitting behind a desk writing in
I
paper.
love Ice Cube.
How would you do his hair, though? J. Jonah has a specific look.
I
That'd
know.
be kind of weird.
I know. And then there was a petition going around for
J.K. Simmons to come back.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing, but I've never liked ever trying to do that. Like bring an actor back who's played a character before, and like I think that'd be weird.
But I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting side tangent. That was
Yeah.
cool. But anyways, back to the Oscars.
But writing, honestly, I didn't really. I was actually really happy that Spotlight won because that was one thing that was being said about it critically, and I agreed with that too. Is that when it came to the writing for this movie, it didn't feel like there was there was like actor moments or Oscar moments in the movie where it's like, oh, this scene was specifically written to be like an Oscar moment. It's like the way people talked in this movie felt very real. It never felt like a Hollywood movie kind of thing. That's the biggest thing I can say that I thought was great about it. And I was really glad that Mark Ruffalo got nominated for it because he was really good. And that was kind of crazy seeing the guy that he was actually playing was at the Oscars there with him. I thought that was kind of funny because they look a lot alike.
Yeah.
Like he looked exactly like him in the movie, to be honest. It's 2 years in a row he's done that.
Writing adapted screenplay, Big Short won.
I wasn't happy about that.
Over Brooklyn, Carol, The Martian, and Room. I know you wanted Room to win.
I understand that The Big Short is an important movie. I think it's one of those movies that should be like played in schools or something whenever you go over this moment in American history. Like I think it's like that informative of a movie, but I really didn't think it was like good enough to be winning like a bunch of Oscars, to be honest. So when I won adapted screenplay, I was kind of like, oh man, come on, because I seriously thought that maybe I'm biased, but I really thought Room should have won like as much shit as it could have. But that's just me.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. I didn't really see any of these movies, but I heard a lot about Carol too being like kind of spot on.
Yeah, I thought Carol was very authentic. That's why I was hoping that Carol would have won something. It got nominated, but it didn't win anything, which is kind of a bummer. But I don't know. It's screenplay. I like writing, but I'm not like a huge writer. So when it comes to like these writing parts of it, I can't really say much. And to be honest, I've watched so many movies this year, it's actually kind of hard to remember a lot of them.
Yeah. Moving on. Visual effects. The big surprise. Over Star Wars, The Revenant, Martian, and Mad Max Fury Road, Ex Machina wins. Which I kind of just thought like Star Wars was going to win. Like I don't know. But I've wanted to see Ex Machina since it came out.
Oh, you still haven't seen it yet?
I really want to see it.
I thought you guys had seen it.
No, I really want to see it like really bad. I wanted to see it when it came out because, well, first of all, Bill always talks about it and tells me how good it is. But
Bill's seen it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, so I was really surprised though. Although like just based on what I've seen of the movie, like the trailers and stuff, like the animation in that movie is like really good.
Well, I think what makes it even better is the fact that it's not like Mad Max Fury Road or sadly The Revenant or Star Wars The Force Awakens, where it's like they have to animate a lot of stuff. When it came to Ex Machina, it was really like they were in someone's house the entirety of the movie, so they really only had to focus on a few things to use animation. So they really put all their time and focus into these couple things because that's all they needed.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it probably looked the best and was the best. And
yeah,
I loved Ex Machina.
Went to these little small things instead of like the whole movie.
And I loved Ex Machina. I thought it was one of my favorite movies of the year. You guys should definitely watch it. I mean, it was so good. I mean, it's just kind of funny hearing Bill say that because I'll be honest, the end of the movie does get very violent and there's a lot of nudity.
I heard the whole movie is amazing except for like the last 5 minutes.
I don't know about that. I think I can understand why people wouldn't like the last 5 minutes of the movie, but I loved every second of it. And yes, there is a lot of nudity at the end, so heads up. Just to let you know.
Well, for sound mixing and sound editing, Mad Max won both categories, which is kind of amazing because that movie is amazing.
Yeah, I know. I kept on getting surprised by that while watching it. I was like, holy shit, I cannot believe Mad Max is winning so much stuff right now.
They even made a joke at some point. They were like, I forget who it was or what it was, but they were like, Mad Max, just kidding. And then they said, like, for real.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm kind of surprised Star Wars didn't win anything.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like Oscars don't really go for movies like that usually.
No, but like sound editing and mixing, like those categories are totally made for movies like Mad Max and Star Wars,
right?
Like, because you know those movies aren't going to be Best Picture,
right?
So I don't know, which is funny because I listened to this podcast called The Geek Box, and they were talking about the one guy on that show is like super into movies, and the other guy's really into like gaming and like nerdy movies and stuff like Star Wars. He's like, oh, I can't believe Star Wars wasn't nominated for Best Picture. And they're like, the movie guys like, you're totally missing the point of the Oscars. These are the movies that are supposed to be like impactful and
right,
and like
not just fun to watch.
Yeah, and I was like,
and like and like emotional and
yeah, and like there's specific categories made specifically for movies like Star Wars and Mad Max, which for me is cool to see. Like Mad Max won 5 out of the 8 or
and there's
6 out of the
other
9.
award shows more geared towards
like,
movies like that.
like the Golden Globes or BAFTA or something like that, or Critics'
Even
Choice.
like the People's Choice Awards or whatever.
Yeah.
Not
No,
that
I mean like
those are,
that type
real
of
awards,
stuff.
but-
Like it's more geared towards pop culture movies.
Yeah. But I'm actually kind of surprised that like Sound Editing won over like The Martian even. Because I didn't even
Yeah, that
The
was
Martian
funny.
didn't win anything either.
Yeah, The Martian didn't win nothing. But I don't know. I never saw it, and I think I said that before. I never saw it, but I was never interested in seeing The Martian. I mean, I really like Matt Damon. I've heard his performance is good, but there's certain things I've heard about The Martian where it's like, ooh, I don't really know if I want to see this that well. And also, Ridley Scott's been kind of hit or miss the past several years, so I really don't know
I
how
feel
I feel
like
about it.
I feel like The Martian is cast away in space.
Yeah.
Wow, that's true. I never even thought of that.
Yeah. And like that movie was so weird.
like
Well, I
a-
saw it when it came out, and I was like real young when that movie came out, and like I was like, why is he talking to this volleyball? Like this is really weird. And like I'm sure if I watched it now, it would have like way more impact on me now.
Yeah.
But like when I saw Castaway for the first time, I was like, man, this movie's really weird.
Yeah. I didn't watch it
Like
until I
why
was,
would
like,
you make
way
a
older.
movie about one guy stranded on an island? That's so weird. Like
Yeah, but we're still talking about it, so that's
it's
why.
true.
That's true.
Short film, live action.
We can probably
Strutter.
skip past those.
Yeah, the
I,
documentary.
I haven't seen any of the short films.
Film, Bear Story, production design. Mad Max won production design.
I know. Once again, I was like, shit. Because what else was on there? The
Bridges-
Danish Girl was the one I seriously thought was going to win because it's so authentic. It really is. Like, Carol and the Danish Girl are ridiculously authentic to the point where it's like, man, they really must have had a good budget, or the production designer and the director and stuff really wanted to get things right, because everything is, I can't say it enough, everything is so authentic in the movie to where it's like, there isn't a moment where it feels like the clothes or something are a tiny bit modernized. It's like
Right.
everything is authentic looking.
Yeah.
And then Mad Max is winning for production design when they got like, hubcaps over in the corner and stuff.
Right.
Okay, this is the big one that I was like totally surprised that this song won. Best original song, Writings on the Wall from Spectre.
Yeah, I was
People
really
were
surprised.
pissed.
I was like, that's like everybody says that's the worst James Bond theme song. Like Bond enthusiasts say that's the worst James Bond theme song that has ever come out.
Everyone thought
especially
Gaga
after Adele's Skyfall, like Sam Smith, Writing on the Wall, wins the Oscar for Best Original Song, and even I was surprised. I'm like, the song is not that great. I mean, it's an okay song, but
Yeah.
like,
Maybe I'm the odd one out here, but I kind of like that song.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I'm saying like I'm
I
surprised.
definitely,
Oscar-worthy.
I definitely think Skyfall is a lot better, but
I like that
Writing
song.
on the Wall is still good. I mean, I
Yeah.
listened to it again.
And then 50 Shades of Grey only.
Yeah, to be
nomination.
honest, I didn't think there's like, when it comes to original song, I really don't give a shit half the time, because it's like original song, I don't really care. I think Glory was good from the Selma
Last
movie,
year.
but other than that, it's like once every 5 years I'll actually give a shit about original song.
Yeah, and then music original score, Hateful Eight.
I was really surprised by that, honestly. I thought that maybe Carol or to be honest, it's like I love Star Wars, but I didn't think Star Wars.
I mean, those songs are like 40 years old. At this
Yeah, I
point,
know.
so,
It's
like,
Well, no, they did new ones. I'm
I
sure.
mean,
Yeah,
they remixed most of it and did new ones for the new characters and stuff. But like,
It's still in the same.
yeah, it all sounds
It's
like
not
Star Wars.
stretching really the
Yeah.
imagination.
Yeah,
Or Carol. I thought Carol should have won too, because I thought the music was really good and that it was very calming and everything.
yeah.
And the Hateful Eight's like really like intense music, and it sounds very old. And that same composer did the music for The Thing back in 1982, so it has that same kind of feel where it's like really eerie, because that's the way the movie is, and it really fit the movie. That's why I guess it was the best one to pick for original score.
Yeah, and then Mad Max wins in makeup and hairstyling too.
That's one I was really surprised about, because I seriously thought that.
Everybody has a shaved head in that movie. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, they got like the black makeup.
Yeah,
and all
I know.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it's
and,
not really like Oscar worthy.
I mean, a 2-year-old kid like.
Yeah, but to be honest, there's like there's like the
Yeah, that's true. All like the little details and stuff.
What's the name of the guys again? I can't remember. Wow, it's been a while since I watched Mad Max. Actually, the guys with the white faces and stuff, they're called something specific. The Something Boys. Please tell me someone remembers.
I don't remember.
Fuck.
I don't remember.
They had the white faces. That sounds racist, almost out of context, but...
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Death Boys, something boys.
The War Boys.
War Boys. How the fuck I can forget that? It's very simple. But yeah, the War Boys. I mean, they had like all messed up skin and big lumps and stuff on their back. So I guess
that's true.
I guess I can understand it. But the one that surprised me is that I can't believe Black Mass wasn't there.
Yeah.
I mean,
for Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp's face. I thought that he would have been there at least for that.
Yeah.
And I was also surprised that he wasn't in like Best Acting, because he blew me away in that movie, and then he wasn't even there either. Black Mass wasn't there at all, which kind of surprised me.
It's kind of weird. There's like a lot of like, I guess, Oscar hype surrounding that movie when it came out, and then it just kind of went away and nobody talked about it.
Oscars always do that. They focus on certain movies and like they
sometimes
just
they're not even
zone
there.
in.
Yeah. Like
it happened last year with Walter or maybe not last year, it was 2 years ago with Walter Mitty. I remember they kept on talking like, "Ooh, Oscar buzz," and it wasn't even there at the Oscars that year.
That was a Ben Stiller movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that movie, despite what people say.
I wanted to see that movie too. It looked really good.
It is good. Makes you feel better about life.
Foreign language film, Son of Saul.
Yeah, what sucks is I haven't seen any. Usual years, I would have at least seen one or two of the foreign films, but this year none of them like came out to me, so I never even thought of any of them. So that kind of sucked. Because I remember like years prior, like The Great Beauty came out and Rust and Bone and stuff, and this year I didn't even think to look any of them up.
Yeah. Film editing. Mad Max wins for film editing.
Which I was a little surprised by that, because honestly, watching the movie, there's like moments in that, because especially that happens with action movies where, editing can be really quick cutted, and sometimes there'll be like a little thing in the corner that you missed. Because I know Quentin Tarantino does that a lot, where it's like someone will drink a beer and put the glass down on the table, and then it'll cut to the next shot, and the beer in the glass is higher than what he just drank out of it, kind of thing. And I felt like there was a few moments in Mad Max that did that. That's why it kind of surprised me. But to be honest, the movie's so quick and so adrenaline rush that it's like maybe there actually isn't anything like that, but I don't know. It actually has been a little while since I've watched it, so it's kind of hard to remember.
We need to watch Mad Max. You're not going to like it, but we're going to watch it.
No.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, he was watching it one day, and I can't. I don't like stuff like that.
The villain in that movie is so 80s. It's great.
He's awesome.
He's awesome. And he wears that like plastic shield around his stomach to make him look like he has a six-pack, and I just thought that was like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Anyways, moving on.
What else was in film editing?
Big Short, Revenant, Spotlight, and Star Wars.
I was actually kind of surprised seeing Star Wars in film editing, because I didn't even think about Star Wars when it came to editing and stuff.
I mean, you know why it was nominated? When C-3PO just came up in the middle of that serious scene and, hello. You might not recognize me because I have my red arm. That's why it was that whole scene. Just warranted
I don't know if that proves that it was nominated. I just think Star Wars is big right now, and they were trying to get the audience's attention.
Which we need to go see Tuesday, by the way, before it leaves theaters, because we need to see it.
We have plans on Tuesday, but anyway, continue.
Oh, shoot, we do. Okay. Never mind. Documentary, A Girl in the River. Documentary feature, Amy.
I heard of that one, but
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, I didn't know Amy Winehouse was so loved to where she got her own documentary.
I didn't either.
I never listened to her music or anything.
Her music's good. Her voice is good, but...
Directing, The Revenant won. Like, is it
that was
directing
no
or director? This is just directing. Is there a difference?
Director, yeah. Director, directing, same
directing
thing.
is what the director does.
But it's not
go back down.
But it's not up here where, like... Okay, never mind. It's just... Okay. I don't know.
I seriously thought... I was hoping that Room was going to win, because, once again, Room, it's like... I don't know.
Alejandro Inarritu.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna win. He's like hot right now.
Yeah. I didn't see The Revenant yet, but
You guys will soon.
yes.
I have no interest in seeing that movie.
It's very
I'll
brutal.
watch it.
I
We can
just
talk
don't
about it
like
next week.
wilderness and I don't know. I don't like dirty movies. Like
Oh, it's real
I don't mean dirty like naughty. I mean like
She watches a lot of dirty movies when I'm not home.
like Mad Max to me. That's just like everyone's just like uncivilized. Like I just
that's the
don't
point
like
of the
movies
movie,
like
though.
that. It doesn't interest me.
Costume design, Mad Max wins. Costume design. Your dirty costumes win.
I was really bummed about that. Like, I love Mad Max, and the costume designs were all innovative because I watched special features, and they were talking about how they would like repurpose things for the movie. Where it's like if this was a post-apocalyptic future, they would repurpose things for like clothing and things like that. Like how one thing I can remember in the movie is like a gas pedal is one of those foot measuring things and stuff like that. And the movie's like really interesting, and they definitely spent a lot of time making the costumes. But I seriously thought something like Carol or the Danish Girl.
I really thought the Danish Girl was going to win because
Yeah.
like Eddie Redmayne is like almost unrecognizable in his costume or whatever like that. And
I love
like
that
Carol
era.
was like
and just like it's so. I'm gonna say it again. It's like both those movies were really authentic with the clothing. Like it didn't feel like they had to remake clothing in '60s style to where it was like The Great Gatsby that came out in 2013, where it's like they were making it look like '60s style clothing, but it's like since they couldn't buy like 180 suits, they had to make a bunch of them to where it's like they look a little slim to where it's like kind of modern when it's like they didn't really look that way back in the 20s. Like they had like huge shoulder pads
and
and stuff
baggy
like that and
pants.
baggy pants. And when it came to Carol and the Danish Girl, it's like it really felt authentic in that way, and I kind of hoped that one of them would win. But Mad Max winning again was kind of like, shit,
yeah.
this is getting kind of crazy now. It's
Yeah,
like the sixth one I won.
I was like thinking, I'm like, what if it actually wins Best Picture? Like I knew it wasn't, but
Yeah,
like,
at one
it's
point-
winning all
They wouldn't
these.
let it
I
go
was
that
At
far.
one point, I was thinking
Man.
I actually would have won.
Yeah. And then cinematography, Carol won, or Carol, Hateful Eight, Mad Max, Sicario, and The Revenant. The Revenant won, not Carol.
I really had nothing to say about that. I thought Hateful Eight might have been.
I feel like
might have won.
Doesn't The Revenant have those real long cuts like Birdman does?
Yeah,
But not like nearly as many, but like it does that same type of
yeah, it
thing.
does it quite a few times in the movie. But honestly, I thought that maybe Sicario would have won because it's Roger Deakins, and Roger Deakins is like a god of cinematography. He won for Prisoners 2 years ago, and he's one of those guys that's like if he's signed on to a movie, it's like it's gonna look amazing no matter what the story is.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought that maybe he would have won for that, or maybe The Hateful Eight because the movie looks very, very good.
Yeah.
With it, like being all
I know
snowy
one
and
of
stuff.
the big deals in The Revenant was like he wanted to use all like natural light.
Yeah,
so
maybe
they
that's
would
why.
have like they would be in makeup for like 10 hours and then have like 2 hours to film because they wanted to use like natural light and the
Yeah.
actual river and like the actual scenery. So
So I can understand.
I can like that seemed grueling.
Yeah.
So I could see
Yeah, but Leo ate
how that
a
deserved.
real fish. A real raw fish.
Oh, gross.
So gross.
Bites right into it. And it's like still alive and everything.
Sushi.
On to the next.
And fish bones.
Animated feature film, Inside Out. Wins.
I was surprised.
I was pissed.
Like, I didn't even like. That's like one of the first Pixar movies I've watched. I'm like, I'm not really enjoying this movie.
I liked it. Nothing about it was like award worthy though.
No, I was like, I haven't seen any of these other ones, and like, Anomalisa you say is really really good, and like when they showed like the mini clip of it
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
were like during the nomination, I thought it looked really cool. Like I love that animation style; it looked really awesome. But like, Inside Out didn't do anything for me.
I thought it had a very good message behind the movie, and it was written well, even though I haven't seen it, but I know these things. And Shaun of the Sheep is supposed to be like a flat-out comedy and like claymation, but with CG touch-ups, so I didn't really expect anything there. But then I heard when Marnie was there, they said this like supposedly the last Studio Ghibli movie that's going to be coming out. I heard that was really, really good too, but Anomalisa is like it's a rated R claymation movie about, how humans interact with one each other, and I thought that had a way more important message to like a bigger adult and especially like the Academy Award kind of critic people. I seriously thought that would have won, but of course it kind of seems like Disney was like, here's $300. Inside Out will win.
$300 is all it takes to bribe someone to win.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like the dude who prints the cards out.
All right. Getting into the big ones. Actress in a supporting role. Alicia Vikander in The Danish Girl won over Kate Winslet and Steve Jobs, Rachel McAdams. For Spotlight, Rooney Mara and Carol, and Jennifer Jason Leigh in The Hateful Eight, which a lot of people were kind of saying Rooney Mara might.
I really hope she would have won though, because she's one of my favorite actresses, and I'll say it, I have a crush on her. Ever since the Growth Dragon tattoo, I've always loved her, and that's one of the only reasons why I even wanted to see Pan was because she was in it. But yeah, Alicia Vikander really surprised me because I was like, shit, I just didn't expect it. She's only been acting for like 2 years and she's already won an Oscar now. It's kind of crazy. I thought it was funny the clip that they used for Jennifer Jason Leigh. You guys remember that when they're showing like clips for every actress? Like the scene that they show for her, she's like covered in blood.
Oh, she's like disgusting. No. Yeah. And then they like pan to her in the audience. She's like,
yeah, great scene.
Moving on to actor in a supporting role, Mark Rylance, is that how you say his name? Rylance from Bridge of Spies wins over Christian Bale in The Big Short, Tom Hardy in The Revenant, Mark Ruffalo in Spotlight, and Sylvester Stallone with Creed. I kind of assumed Mark Ruffalo was going to win a little bit for some reason.
Yeah, I heard a lot of buzz about him winning, and after having seen Spotlight, it's like, damn it, I kind of really wish that he would have won, actually, because he was extremely good in that movie. But, of course, I really thought Tom Hardy should have won because he has this crazy American accent.
It's like really person. Good, and he's not even American. It's like,
yeah.
Whoa, that's amazing. Gosh.
You guys need to see all these movies.
I know. Well,
I never hear about them until
awards season. Someone didn't give them to me in time.
I'll give them to you guys in time. And some of them are already out. You can rent some of them. Like, I know The Room's out, and Spotlight, most of them are out except for like The Revenant and Hateful Eight, maybe.
Yeah. Where were we at? Actress in a leading role, Brie Larson wins for The Room.
Thank God.
That was expected.
Yeah. Over Cate Blanchett and Carol, Jennifer Lawrence and Joy, Charlotte Rampling in 45 Years, and Saoirse Ronan in Brooklyn. That's not how it reads.
I know.
I remember when that came up, and I was like, that is not how that name reads. But I'm glad Brie Larson won.
I don't even think that needs, to be talked about.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys saw?
No, we talked about it last week, and
but
it was just, from what you told us about it, it was just...
You guys need to see it. I seriously think it should have won Best Picture, man. It was so emotional, and it was really intense, and it works so well on so many levels, and I'm glad she won because, to be honest, up against Cate Blanchett, I think those were the only two that I think... Of course, I hadn't seen Brooklyn, and I haven't seen 45 Years, so I don't know how they did, but up against those two, Cate Blanchett and Brie Larson, it's like, ooh, I don't know, because they're both extremely good,
Cate Blanchett's
but
amazing.
Brie Larson's ooh, she was extremely good in that movie, and it's like she went through every emotional hoop that you could go through in a movie.
Moving on to probably the biggest surprise, well, not really surprise, but the most talked about.
Yeah, buzzworthy.
Actors in a leading role, Bryan Cranston for Trumbo, Matt Damon for The Martian, Michael Fassbender as Steve Jobs, Eddie Redmayne in The Danish Girl, and Leonardo DiCaprio takes it home for The Revenant, which...
You got a standing O.
Somehow I kind of feel like that's your body of work is amazing, so we're going to give it to you award as opposed to your eating a dead fish made you win the Oscar.
And getting frostbite and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well,
I think they just got so much flack that they were like, all right, fine, just take it.
Which, I was telling you guys before we started this show, honestly, my jerk reaction to Leonardo DiCaprio winning was, no, what the fuck? Because I seriously don't think he should have won. I think Michael Fassbender and Bryan Cranston gave better performances than he did. But to be honest, he was extremely good in this movie. But I'll always say it. I think that the time that Leo should have been nominated and won was for Django Unchained. I think that's I think that's the one movie he should have won for, not The Revenant, because it's like he had minimal dialogue, which I get sometimes. It's like really good in a movie. It's like you can get more emotion and act, like physically act more. But I just thought, like, going up against Michael Fassbender and Bryan Cranston, they gave the better performances than he did, and the more interesting characters than he did. But whatever. Which I thought that was funny too. It's done. He finally won it. Yeah. He doesn't have to break his arm anymore.
Oh, now that meme's not going to come true. Did I tell you about that meme at work?
What?
The one where it said, "What if in 50 years they make
you told me that
movie about Leonardo DiCaprio never winning an Oscar, and that guy wins an Oscar playing Leonardo DiCaprio?"
Which was funny. When he won the Oscar, you guys were watching it, right? Yeah. As soon as he won the Oscar, he like jumped out of his fucking seat to run up the stairs. He's like, "Yes, amazing. Finally!"
Yeah. I loved it. I loved watching it. And
Kate
Winslet was like.
Can we just talk about his speech real quick? Because like the whole controversy around these Oscars was like, to me, was really ridiculous. Like, I'm tired of like the racism card. Now, this is me being a white guy sitting here telling you that I'm tired of the racism card. But like, his speech was all about like real problems in this world, and like, it was really like, finally someone's like talking about something real and not something that's just like shut up already.
But he inserted it naturally because he was like, this movie is about the earth, let's preserve the earth. It wasn't just like, this movie's about the earth, let's, I don't know, talk about racism. Like it was natural. He only stayed on it for like 30-45 seconds. Boom, like done. It wasn't like.
But yeah, I'll give him that much. That was actually pretty smooth the way he like transitioned right into it, rather than like.
By the way,
Patricia Heaton last year when she's like, Patricia. Why do I keep on saying Heaton? What the fuck? Patricia Arquette. Last year when she was giving her speech, like all of a sudden she just like, thank you to my something and my something, my parents or whatever. Then she just goes, women need rights or something. I was like, what the fuck? That came out of nowhere. All right. And she starts talking about women equality. It's just like, okay, I get it.
These celebrities have enough platforms to stand up for what they believe in. Yeah. Why does it have to be at the Oscars? Like, let the Oscars be about the movies, and then hold a conference or something to talk about other things, or use social media or whatever. Like, but I think if you're gonna do it, Leonardo DiCaprio did it right. He transitioned in, and he transitioned right out and walked off the stage.
Yeah, it
was very natural.
Yeah. Lastly, Best Picture: The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max, The Martian, The Revenant, Room, and the winner, Spotlight. Surprising.
Which I was the tiniest bit bummed, but at the same time, it's like I really think it did deserve to win. Like I really wanted Room to win, but Spotlight is an extremely important movie, and it has a lot of weight to it. So I think anybody who watches it will. It's like a movie that brings awareness more than anything about the world. And I think Room was like, it's based off a book, so it's like all fiction or whatever, but it's like based off real things that can't happen. But Spotlight's like a real thing that happened. I mean, we're like 2 hours away from a city where stuff like that happened, and I think it's an important movie, and I am glad it won, but I kind of wanted Room to win.
Yeah, I kind of like want to see it, and because that whole, when all that stuff was happening, like it really was kind of like really interesting to me, and it's interesting and see how like that subsection of religion would like recover from that. So,
which I saw an article recently saying that Spotlight won, but we're not saying that this movie and the Oscars are anti-Catholic. We're just saying this movie was good. That's all.
Yeah, to say stuff like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because everyone's offended by something these days. Yeah, so.
Principal PC, or PC Principal.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
South Park.
Ugh.
So, that was the Oscars.
Oscars was good.
What won was good. The ceremony itself wasn't good, but
Chris Rock sold like $5 million in
Girl Scout cookies.
I thought that was a little ridiculous. It was like the pizza thing from last year. It's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, they're running out of jokes. It's almost like they're scraping the bottom of the barrel to try and get funny things in the show, and it's just like, yeah, I don't think so. All right, for this week, for the indie movie of the week, I thought we'd continue on with the Michael Shannon kick, and
Man of Steel.
I don't think everyone likes that movie. But I'm going to go with another Michael Shannon movie, or at least he's in it. Well, yeah, he's the main character, which is a movie called Take Shelter. Now, once again, I'm not going to tell you much about this movie because I think you should just watch it, and we'll talk about it next time. But it's a very intense, very interesting movie, and I'll say this much. Everything comes together very well at the end.
Oh, boy.
So, keep your eyes open for that.
Don't give
one.
it away too much.
It's very good, though. And that's where we're going to cut it right there.
Awesome.
Now you guys are going to watch that one, too.
Okay. Well,
I could just give you the Blu-ray. I got it. So you don't have to...
good show. Good show this week.
All right, well, we're done talking about the Oscars. Nothing else to say. Yeah. So, thank you so much for joining us this week. You can find all of the audio versions of the DNA Real Talk or the DNA Show, the DNA Real Talk, on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Give us those 5 stars. Let us know how we're doing. If you're watching on YouTube, you can like, share, and subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Leave a comment below. That Facebook thing was out of place. I read it wrong. Whatever. You can find all of our content on digitalnerdadvocates.com. Like us at the DNA Network on Twitter. Buy some of our cool shirts and mugs and travel mugs and I think even scarves and shower curtains and things like that.
We promise new designs are coming. They're working.
On redbubble.com. And click the link to redbubble.com in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. And until next week, I'll say that's a wrap this time. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Cut.
Oh, that's a cool thing.